Hello guys, welcome back to Chit Chat with Ofi. If you're new here, you're highly welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to turn on your post notification so that when I upload, you'll be the first to get the alert of my video. So today, I'll be talking about all you need to know before renting an apartment or a house in England. So let's get straight into today's video. So a lot of people, when considering where to live, they may be wondering or thinking of the distance from where they are living to the place of their work or school. Why all this are important? Other important things to consider are to do your findings about the area you want to rent an apartment. You have to find out if the house is close to a hospital. You don't want a situation where you are now ill or a family member of yours is ill. You now start traveling an hour or two to take the person to the hospital. So it's very important for you to find out if you have a hospital close by. It's also important for you to find out if there's a pub close to your house, because if you have a pub close to your house, definitely that area will be so busy and noisy. And if you don't like a busy area or a noisy area, definitely that house is not meant for you. And also you need to find out if pet is allowed in that house. So you need to ask your landlord or discuss with him to know if allowed, because not all landlord allow tenants to have pets in their houses. And if you are the one that love pets, and you don't ask your landlord, or you forget to ask your landlord and you move in, you now discover that there's no provision for your pet. So it will be good for you to know on time. And also you have to find out if there's fridge, freezer, washing machine, gas cooker, microwave in the house before you move in. And in a house where you find all these things, you have to make sure if it's working. And if it's not working, please don't forget to call your landlord on time to tell them, so that they'll be aware. You have to call them, let them know, so that they'll be aware before you sign that agreement, so that you ask the landlord also who is responsible for repairing whatever that gets spoiled in the house, or who is responsible for replacing them. So you have to make sure you get that information, and it's not just telling the landlord, you have to see it in writing, so that whenever anything happens, you have something on hand as evidence. Also, you need to, when you go to rent an apartment, you need to check the water pressure of the house. This is also very important. So when you go for a tour, or when you go to rent an apartment, you need to open the shower or the tap to see the pressure of the water. And if you notice that the pressure is low, you have to alert your landlord also on time, so that they can come and fix it before you also sign that agreement. Because once you sign that agreement, they will take it that you have inspected everything and you are okay with it and there's no problem. So that one, it will be your fault. So you need to, let the landlord know on time before you sign that house agreement. Also, when you go to rent an apartment, you need to take your own inventory. If possible, write down anything that you notice that is spoiled, or any cracks you see, because the landlord also will have his own inventory. If possible, snap the things so that you don't have any problem when you are moving out of the house. You have something as evidence when you are moving out of house, so that the landlord will not tell you, you spoiled this thing, or this thing was here and he can't find it, or something is missing. So then you will now bring out your inventory and tell him, this thing was here, this one was not here, and all of that. So it's very important for you to take the inventory of everything in the house. If there's spoon, you write it down. If there's plate, you write it down. Everything. If there's bed, everything you see in the house before moving in. Also, you need to find out how much you need to pay in advance before moving into the house. because some houses you are required to pay money in advance. Mostly is based on the landlord's discretion, and also usually the landlord asks for the equivalent to 1 month's rent as a deposit. It could be more or it could be less, or so that it's not when you now sign the agreement form they'll now ask you that you need to pay for advance payment. So you need to find out too. And it's also important for you to find out about your deposits. That's the money you deposit in the house. You should ask them when they will give it to you and how they will give it to you. If they will give it to you maybe immediately you are leaving the house, or how many days it will take for them to give you your refund or give you your deposits after you leave the house, how long it takes. Also, you need to find out if you will need a guarantor. If you are the one that don't have a guarantor or somebody to be your guarantor, at least you know that you have to start looking for a house that does not need a guarantor. And also, most of the landlord insist a tenant have a guarantor before the tenant can be accepted, because if the tenants on the way cannot now pay their bills, at least they can now call whoever is their guarantor to pay the bill. Or if the tenant misbehave or they have issues with their tenant, they can now call their guarantor to talk to the tenants and all of that. So that if you don't even have one and you need a house and they're asking for guarantor, you can look for whoever can stand in for you as your guarantor. It is also important for you to discuss any terms and conditions you are not happy with before you move into the house. For example, if the house you get, maybe the date they give you to pay your rent is maybe 12th of every month, and you know that before that 12th you will not get paid. So there now you will now discuss with them and tell them you don't get paid on the 12th though, you get paid on maybe 25th or 31st. So it's important you discuss with them on hand about that before you sign the agreement form, because once you sign the agreement form, they will not do anything about it again, because they'll take it that you have seen and you have read it and you have accepted all the terms and conditions. So it's very important to discuss any terms and condition you are not comfortable with before you sign any house agreement form. Also, if you have children, it's important for you to ask around or make your findings to know if there are schools close to where you're going to stay and which is best and safe, and how close it is from the house to your children's school. It's also important. And also, you have to consider if you have stores close to where you're going to stay, so that when you need to get something for the house, you don't need to go that far to go and get whatever you need to get for your house. If there's a store close to you, it's just to dash into the store and come back very, very quickly. And if you are a worker, you have to find out if where you're going to stay is close to your office, so that you know how much by bus if you don't have a car, or you know how much, even if you have a car, you know how much it will take you to fill your tank for the week. And then you check the amount you'll be spending, if it's worth it to stay in that kind of house or not. So it's important to know that too. Then you need to also know the general house maintenance rules. You have to ask them who is in charge of clearing your surroundings, if it's you or your landlord. And also the landlord, if he's in charge, he should give you the date when he will come and clean your surroundings, if it's every month or 2 times in a month, any way he wants to do it. You need to find out about that too, because it's very important, so that you don't leave your surrounding looking bushy and your neighbor will be wondering, who is this person living in this place? Are there human beings living in this house? You wouldn't want your neighbor to say that about you. This brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.